whiskey tasting glasses. There's no end of choice out there. We're going to have a look at 4 of them today and see which one is my favorite. Fáilte Arash to the bar, you're all very welcome back. A little bit of a different setup here today. We're not making cocktails, we're not reviewing whiskies, and there's nobody here with me for a chat. It's me, a bottle of Redbreast 12 and 4 whiskey tasting glasses. So I've wanted to do this video for an awful long time. In the early days of my journey, I went out and I bought a number of different tasting glasses. I wanted to learn the whole kind of I suppose the art and the craft of tasting whiskey. Those of you who followed my journey will know that my background is in wine, and tasting wine is something I've done for decades, and I've had a wonderful time in the last year and a half learning how to taste whiskey, and Irish whiskey in particular. So bought all these glasses ages ago, tried them, came up with a favorite of mine that I now use ongoing. Those of you who've seen other videos will know what that is, but I just wanted to share my experience of these glasses, my kind of pros and cons of these glasses with people. So for those of you who are looking to buy some whiskey tasting glasses, you'll at least have some guidance from me. So what I've done is line them up here. A bottle of Redbreast 12, my gateway Irish whiskey. Links to all of these on Amazon below. Talk about the prices of them as well as we go through this. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to pour in to a bottle of Redbreast 12. I'm just going to get a little bit into each of the 4 glasses so we can taste through them. Make it easier to do it like this. Obviously not full pours. I'm not planning on drinking these. These are for tasting. And we're going to start with the Glencairn, the most popular, I suppose ubiquitous whiskey tasting glass that's out there. You'll find it pretty much everywhere, and I actually like this glass. Price wise, you'll find 4 of these, a pack of 4 on Amazon for, I'm going to say, around $30. And I like it because you can hold them like this, as I do often when I'm nosing. So it allows you to give a kind of a gentle roll with one hand. Something that I do when I'm tasting whiskey is roll it. I don't swirl it like I used to do in the days of wine tasting. And it comes in at the top, so it kind of allows the aromas to concentrate. So this kind of allows you to get a good nose on it. I find the glass itself just a little bit small when you fill it up with more whiskey. If any of you drink your whiskey from these glasses, I'd find this just a little small on that. So I'm going to put all of the details of all the glasses down below as we're going, their sizes, their liquid capacities, etc., and the pricing as well. So I like this one, but it's not my fave. A glass that I've seen used a lot and quite often used in distilleries by distillers and blenders is the Copita glass. So that's this one here. So Copita being a glass that's used in fortified winemaking, Copita being a Spanish word. So this is used a lot for tasting sherries in particular down there in the south of Spain. I suppose with the historic link between Irish whiskey and sherry making, this is one of the reasons why this is used by some distillers. Again, it's up to you to decide which glass you like. I think this is it's a beautiful glass. I love it. It reminds me of my wine tasting days, but I find it too small. I find the top of it too small, and you can't really get a lot of liquid in there. Not that you need a lot of liquid when you're tasting. And I like I say, I love it. I love the look of the glass, but I just find it too small. So across to the Tua glass. So this is a glass that you can see immediately. I hold it this way. It's designed to be held at the base. What I love about this is it's the largest of the 4 glasses that I'm looking at today. So you're able to get a good volume of whiskey in there when you're tasting. You're able to do the nice roll. And what I love about it is it kind of comes up and then there's a flange that goes out. So for me, that allows the aromas to be kept in there, but allows the alcohol just to kind of seep out the sides when I'm tasting. So those of you who've watched any videos will see I love to do the 2 glass trick, where I go back and forth. Should probably grab a second glass for that. And what I love about the Tua glass is it's sturdy. It's actually, it's a little heavier, a little thicker than the other glasses, but I love that, being able to do that back and forth. So that's the Tua glass. And the last one that I wanted to share is a glass that I bought this. I've used it in some tastings, and it doesn't really work for me. It's an expensive glass. So this is the Riedel Vinum or Vinum. It's their generic whiskey glass. This one weighs in on the price front. Two of these cost, I'm going to say, around $60. So a very pricey whiskey glass. It's beautiful. It is part of a range that the folks at Riedel do. We use Riedel wine glasses here, just a regular kind of everyday wine glass in the house. But for me, the shape of this is too straight, and then the flange goes out on the top. So it's not keeping any of those aroma and characters that you pick up on the nose in there. Again, beautiful glass. I like how all the glasses look. A glass has to look nice. So price-wise, where we are on these. So we've got the Glencairn. 4 of those cost around $30 or so. They're the value glass. That's the reason why you see it in so many places: bars, restaurants, distillery tasting rooms, etc. It's the most affordable glass. The Copita glass is not cheap. It's about $20 for a single glass. The Tua glass weighs in at around, I'm going to say, $30 to $35 for 2 of them. It's not a cheap glass to buy, but I think it ticks all the boxes for me, as I've talked about. As you can see here from the box here on the side, I bought them in bulk. I actually bought 48 of them for my journey. I'll share a link below to the folks who are the wholesalers here in the US. If any of you want to buy quantity of them, I'll share a link there. And then, as I said, the Riedel Vinum whiskey glass, $60 or so for 2 of them. So now, the other thing I want to add here while we're talking about glassware, these are for tasting. This is what I use when I'm writing tasting notes, when I get a new whiskey and I want to get under the skin of it. But when I'm sipping whiskey or drinking whiskey, I generally don't use one of these glasses. I have one back here. Those of you who've seen some of the posts I've done on Instagram, you'll see I use this lovely tumbler. This is a Riedel tumbler, so the same people who make the Vinum glass here. I just love the delicate nature of this glass. I just enjoy how it feels in my hand when I'm sipping a whiskey. So I'm sure there'll be requests for more videos on glassware. But yeah, in the meantime, I suppose we should wrap it up, and I'll pick my favorite glass of these 4, which is the Tua, and we'll say Slán Tua, and see you next time.